Tonight we celebrate the 40th anniversary of the university and the signing of our Act on the 1st of January 1975, as well as the induction of 4 new members of our fellowship and hearing about the outstanding work of our Alumni of the Year category winners. It's my pleasure to acknowledge all of these winners and to take this opportunity to thank everyone, staff, students and supporters who've contributed to the university's success in its first 40 years of autonomy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a delight to be back in Wollongong again tonight, and particularly for such a very, very special occasion in the history of this very fine university. When you grow up somewhere, there's a part of you that never leaves. And so it's always great to come back here. I see enormous potential in this region, and you have got a leading role to play in it. You're challenged, but you're well positioned, I believe, to be a leader in the transformation of a national economy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honoured to introduce the recipient of the 2015 Young Alumni Award, Miss Kimberly Abbott.
It's a huge honour and both exciting to receive the award tonight. Wollongong Uni has always had a special place in my heart, and it's played a major role in where I've got to today. During my time at Wollongong, I ended up volunteering one university holidays in India, and I guess it was being aware to the inequalities with women in India prompted me to try and do something. I decided to use a business model to create a sustainable way in which we could empower women in India but also educate children. One of the most valuable resources I've had in my career has been people. And so many of those people have come from here at my time at the university, both as friends and colleagues, but also as professors and employees at the university who have helped me and stayed in touch. So network's one of the most critical things I've found that's helped me, and having this alumni network is like having a support network that's always with you and always there to have you back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honoured to introduce the recipient of the 2015 Alumni Award for Research and Innovation, Professor Alex Freno.
I'm very honoured to be receiving this award and also humbled. It's very wonderful that my first university that I ever attended would recognise what I've done after so many years. One of the things that I've particularly enjoyed doing throughout my career is working with young talent, in particular aspiring, ambitious individuals who want to change the world. I think that's the thing that led me to teaching, and that's the thing I enjoy the most. One of the most recent programs I've worked on is helping women develop into leaders. Worked on a program that is now known as the Women in MBA program, WIMBA, and the purpose of WIMBA is to assist women in doing MBAs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honoured to introduce the recipient of the 2015 Alumni Award for Social Impact, Dr. Diane Rogers-Healy.
I feel very honoured to be receiving the award tonight. I feel very privileged, very excited that my alma mater is recognising the work that I've been doing. Having done a PhD in Women in Leadership, and my work in that field is being recognised at a very high level by UOW. I think it says a lot about the university, and it says a lot about valuing their graduates, but also about valuing women's equality. It's really important to be linked and to support younger students and mentor them, so I do a lot of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am honoured to announce the recipient of the 2015 Alumni Award for Professional Excellence, Mr. Sunil Chandra. Sunil is unable to be here with us this evening. However, I invite the nominator of Sunil's award, Mr. Damika Ruberu, to the stage to accept the award on his behalf. Sunil's achievements is his capacity to grasp and capitalize on the connections between ideas, technology, and people. This insight has taken him from positions at some of the world's largest and most influential organizations, from Coopers & Lybrand to McKinsey and Barclays, and finally Google.
Pat Farah has been applauded as an outstanding academic who, quote, was regarded by his peers and students as amongst the best of lecturers, unquote. His later contribution to the university's standing with international students is immeasurable, and one of them writes of his influence. I can see many students feeling there is a home to return to at the university. Pat is one of the most selfless people I've ever met. It is an honour and a privilege to present Patrick Francis Farah for admission as a Fellow of the University of Wollongong. Pauline Lysart is a highly respected academic leader and a treasured colleague. She has led significant projects and initiatives that have shaped the university's and the community's culture and future. Above all, she has a great heart. It is my great pleasure to present Pauline Lysart for admission as a Fellow of the University of Wollongong. Richard Miller is a remarkable man, a community leader and a philanthropist. On the farm at Bridgewater, listening to his beloved classical music, he read the future direction of the Illawarra and understood the mission of this university. The words of a scholarship student capture his lasting legacy. Quote, "Because of Richard Miller, the world is a better place, as his kindness will be paid forward into everything I do." Unquote. Chancellor, it is a great privilege to present Richard Miller for admission as a Fellow of the University of Wollongong. Ron Pretty is a teacher, a scholar, and a relentless advocate for new and young writers. A critique of his poetry describes him as a craftsperson, a thinker, a lover of language, with a knowledge of the poets who've come before him, and the result is poetry of quality, ambition, and daring. Chancellor, it is a privilege and pleasure to present Ronald Keith Pretty for admission as a Fellow of the University of Wollongong.